Right, are we back? Are we back? Okay. I'm hoping everything works for everybody. Right. Are we back? Hello, thanks for coming back. I can see there's one person viewing. Oh. You're gonna hear 2 bangs in a sec. And another. There we go. That's what I meant by everything is really loud in this place. Please, can you let me know if you can hear and see me properly? I'm just gonna check. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, my internet stopped working randomly. It does this quite a bit, which is pretty annoying, but it's fixed now, I think. It seems to be okay. So let's just hope that it holds out for me. If it doesn't, I can move on to mobile data, it's fine. So I am currently I've woven in. Let me just do this because I can't actually see what's going on now. There we go. Yeah, so I have woven in the ends. It's still, pardon me, it's still kind of flimsy and a bit weird, but I can stretch it out and then weigh it down with something. What I'm going to weigh it down with. Probably books. The other thing is I'm kind of making this pattern up as I go along. Just move this around properly. Yeah, I'm making this pattern up as I go along. So sometimes I need to redo it. This might be one of those times, but we'll see. Oh no, it might work actually if I just weigh it down. So I'll show you my other ones. I made these ones last week, so it will look a bit like this. But I'm thinking, because if you look at the size difference, I'm thinking I might turn this one into a placemat by adding another colour to it. So I now have to choose which colour I want to put with this. So I think either I've got all of these kind of rusty colours, so I might go with the browny one to pick up some of the colour from the pattern, even though it's more like a black. I think it might work, so give that a go. Just find the end. So the other thing I was thinking of doing is on Christmas Day, I was wondering about maybe doing a live stream. Mainly because I know it's a really hard time of year for people at the minute. and also this year has just been ridiculous, if I'm trying to put it politely. So I was kind of thinking of something that could bring people together, maybe. I'll just kind of hang out for a bit. Because loads of people will be at home when normally they'd be seeing their families, and then you might have people like us who won't be, who don't see their families. So I don't know, is that something that's something you think would be a good thing to do? I could probably only be a couple of hours because I have got some calls lined up. But we thought that just doing something might help some people who are alone this Christmas. Because also this time of year can be triggering for some people, and having a distraction is nice. So we're doing a like group live stream with all of the other people from this event at, I know it's 12 PST, so 12 noon PST, and I think it's 8 PM GMT, British time. So that would be good fun, so come join us for that. Sorry, I'm starting to hear the murmurings of a song, so it could be Dan. We'll see. Excuse me, it makes me very tired. Dissociation is tiring. I'm hoping that will get easier the more used to it I get. Yeah. So I'm just going around the edges in this. Oh, we can't really see the colour. Let's see if I can do it this way. There you go, kind of. So I'm just going around the edges with this kind of browny colour, and I think it has worked out quite well. So I'll make it, there you go, you can see the contrast kind of. And I think the idea is that eventually I'm going to sell these on Etsy, maybe. I keep saying this about various things, about jewellery as well, and then I don't do it. So I'm going to try to actually get that sorted. The other thing is I forget stuff, like with amnesic barriers and things. It can be a little bit confusing. So dissociation's happening right now. I will be a little bit zoned out for a minute. So feel free to ask me questions, by the way. If you want to ask questions, that's fine. Either just generally or about DID or whatever. So I found the second part for that dissociated December thing. So I think we're going to do another one of those videos. We're not sure though if we want to do a slightly shorter version of it, so do maybe the first 6 and then do the final 6 in a second video, so it's a bit shorter for people. Yeah, we've enjoyed doing those. Right, we want to do some kind of educational stuff, but the thing is, we're so busy with our actual job in education and doing lesson planning and stuff that we don't always have the research time, so we weren't quite sure how to put this into a category for YouTube. So I don't know, what do you think? I think we might be doing marathon film watching soon, because some of my students gave me this massive list of films that they want me to watch, because I don't really watch films that often, so a lot of the time I don't know the main ones that people are obsessed with, so they've sorted me out for the holiday. But my main thing is I'm going to have to be really careful that I don't work too much, because I will just bury myself in work as a distraction, which, while distractions are great, it's not always healthy. Like, I really appreciate the person who's watching at the minute. Like, thank you. I wasn't sure I was going to get anybody, to be perfectly honest. Just because we're so new. So we do really appreciate you being here. Yeah. Like, the whole point of this, obviously, is to raise money for the charity. So I'm pleased that somebody's come along. Just because I want to do good for the world, and sometimes having your voice heard is quite tricky, especially with highly stigmatized disorders. Now I know there's been a lot going on in the community at the minute. I'm not going to go into it, but that was one of the reasons why I started up the channel, because I could see that this community was starting to, it felt like it was going to disintegrate, and actually it didn't, and that's brilliant. But I was worried about that because it had been such an amazing support for us to watch other people. So that is why we set up our channel. I'm thinking I might let this flatten out a bit before we add any more to it, so I can see exactly how big it is. But so far, this is my placemat. So I might just put this on the floor and put something on it. I don't know what. Even just flattens it out a little bit. Alright. So the other thing that I want to get back into hobby-wise is making jewellery. So last year I started making necklaces and earrings out of crystals and recycled drumsticks, because I have a friend who is notorious for breaking his drumsticks during practice and gigs. So instead of him throwing them away constantly, I asked him to give them to me, and then I can start making jewellery out of them, because why not? And I was hunting around for things to do today, and I realised that I started one last year and then just didn't do any more to it. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to do some of this. So I have carved a rune into it, because we are pagan and we like working with runes. So if we make these for specific people, we make sure that the runes and the crystals are suitable for that person, or like what that person needs. So I have my book somewhere. Oh, I need a book. Got my little sketchbook with designs and correspondences. Yeah, so this one, so the one I've got on here is auras, which you can't really see yet, but I'll see if you can kind of make it, there you go, kind of make it out. And that's a creativity room. So the correspondences for that are green aventurine, anything yellow, red coral and amethyst. So those are the ones that I will choose. I also like to start everything off with some obsidian or onyx or gold stone, just because it looks nice. Oh, sorry, rattle. So you can see here as well, I used the tips, right tip of the drumstick for earrings. You can stop moving. There you go. And then I kind of mix and match them. So sometimes I wear one that's square and one that's a tip, and sometimes I wear two of the tip ones. So this is the fiddly bit when I'm trying to get the cord through the bead, because sometimes it doesn't want to do it. It's a fair bit fiddly. What I do have though is a mini drill, like a manual drill. So sometimes I will drill the hole slightly bigger to help get the cord through. So that might be a thing I have to do for this one. Wow, I can't pick the needle up. Oh no, that will go through. Interesting. I wonder if I can thread this through with the needle. This cord is a bit too thick for this needle, so we'll see. I'm stubborn though, so maybe. Ridiculously stubborn when it comes to this kind of thing. Yay, there we go. One. And that is why I'm ridiculously stubborn. I might just actually move the cam, maybe, see if I can make it so you can see the table, maybe. Is that better? See what I'm doing? Yeah. You may as well see what my hands are doing, seeing as all of the, that's probably the most interesting bit of this. So you can make jewellery out of most things, to be fair. But I really like trying to recycle things, which is why I use recycled t-shirt yarn for my heat-proof stuff. Also because it's really thick and tough, so it doesn't words, come on words, work for me please. Doesn't burn me. That's the one. I don't want to get burnt when I take stuff out of the oven. So sometimes I put a little knot above the beads or crystals just to kind of create some space. So you can see with this one, I put some amethyst, then some gold stone, and then I knotted it there so that there's some kind of cord showing. Because I think it kind of looks nice to have that kind of space. But I just find having fiddly things to do can be really grounding sometimes. I don't know if anybody ever did the polystyrene, like, you know the thing where you can fill in a polystyrene shape with like sequins by using pins, so like pin sequins on. I did that once. I remember I just sat for hours doing this thing. I like fiddly things like that. It can be frustrating sometimes. However, once you succeed, it feels great. So green aventurine. Yeah, these are the ones that sometimes need drilling. I'll see if I can just open up the hole with the needle, I think. What? Or not. Sorry, the concentration right now, trying to get this needle. There we go, done it. Okay. I think this cord is going to fight me back today. That I might just manage to do it. Or not. Yeah, come on. No, you have to do that one again. So what happens with us is when we get a hobby, you get really into that hobby. So same with knitting, we have so much wool. And same with needle felting, card making. Like we get really absorbed in that. I think this crystal's gonna break on me. But yeah, I can sit and do these kinds of things for hours. But then when it comes to reading books and stuff, like my attention span is awful now. It takes me ages. I mean, I have Erlen syndrome as well as DID, which means essentially that everything's kind of neon for me. And again, it's different. It's a genetic brain condition. which means that you process sensory things differently. So there's lots of links to ASD as well. But it also classes as a learning difficulty or disability, whatever you want to call it, because I can't process big blocks of text. So I had that already, and then now that I'm aware of all these other people being a part of me, sometimes the chatter gets a bit too much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort this out. If in doubt, chop the thread. To be fair, I probably need to use a better needle. So yeah, if you think kind of it links a lot with dyslexia, my coordination, randomly, like my coordination isn't meant to be very good. But I play music, so I don't really understand how that happened, but I am grateful that it did happen that way. And it has all kind of physical effects as well. It kind of sometimes get nauseous from it. Yeah. I'm trying to think whether I want to do a key ring or earrings. I guess if I do a key ring, let's do 3 ring. So I have my fixings in this box for various bits of jewellery. Interesting. I've just found a bit of the box. So I'm gonna do I want that one or that one? Let's do mini jump rings. This is the bit where the tweezers come in handy because it's so easy to drop these things. I think these are actually meant to be used with a crystal, but the crystal's normally okay for us. It's these jump rings. There we go. And yeah, I do sometimes go between I and we because it depends on whether we're blended or it just, yeah, it's just kind of a DID thing. I've just dropped the jump ring. There it is. Nearly got it, nearly got it, nearly got it. fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. But yeah. So where have you guys come from? Like, I'm assuming you've been sent over here, or were you subscribers already? Oh, there's only one of you? Okay, that's fine. Wow. Okay. Sorry. I forgot to have my hands in shot. I might just go back to crocheting, to be perfectly honest, because this is not going so well. Oh, trying to multitask. Multitasking is not occurring today. I can't multitask. So, yeah, we advocate for people being open about their mental well-being, no matter what situation. Like, obviously, if it's safe for them, and things. But oh, I am a bit wonky. There we go. Yeah. So we teach teenagers during the week, and this year has caused so much trauma to so many people, like basically a collective as the world. So we are open about our mental health with our students. The youngest that we get is 16, so they are appreciative of knowing about that kind of thing, and it opens up the doors so that they can be open about their own mental health and then hopefully get some help. You know, I'm not a therapist, but I can listen and I can refer my students to any counselling that we have on campus, or I can direct them to different services nearby. I mean, for example, if I would obviously be directing to NAMI. Hi, you are daft. You're jumping a bit between. Hello, it's nice to see you. How are you doing? Nice to meet you, Daft. I'm Kat, I think. I'm very blended. Yeah, I know we've got you're pretty good today. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I was saying it's a bit odd for us because this is our first ever live stream. You really love what we did. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we just want to raise awareness, and good morning, Fallout System. Just want to raise awareness and be here for people. How are you doing, Fallout? Morning. Morning. Ah, okay. At least 3 coffees, wow. Oh, fair enough, yeah. That makes sense. Oh yeah, you're not very well, are you? Are you any better than yesterday? No, no better. Oh, I'm really sorry. Send love to Fallout. Much love and healing vibes. But yeah, we're on decaf coffee now because we were a little bit jittery. And we decided more caffeine wouldn't be the best idea. Yeah, poor Fallout. But yeah, you just missed me dramatically failing at trying to make jewellery and dropping everything. So, yeah. Yeah, so, oh God, so which streams have you been in so far? Which streams have you visited? Oh, and apologies, I know I keep looking that way. I can read the comments better on that screen than I can on this one. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just reading comments. Aha. Very good. Very good. Nebula Belladonna. Nice. Well, thank you for coming. That was really nice. See everybody. It's only yours and Belladonna Live. Yeah. This is true. This is true. This is true. Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully I've been making some coasters and placemats while talking. Guys, please. Yeah, do, thank you. Oh, you can hear my neighbour coming back now. And there we go. I live on the bottom floor, which means that whenever anybody comes in and out, my door gets sucked in. Yeah, please do that. That'd be really good. But yeah, I've been making placemats and coasters out of recycled t-shirt yarn while talking. I'm just open, ready for everyone. Yeah, you do. We'll come and watch you. Yeah. Do you feel ready? Like this is kind of weird for us because we haven't done this kind of thing on YouTube before, but we do teach online, so I'm used to watching the chat for questions to do with whatever I'm teaching. So yeah, it's kind of similar. So have you got any plans? Like, is anybody off work at the minute or off school or college? Don't know how old people are. Any plans? I know a list of like 75 films to watch before I see them again. So I think that will keep us busy. Yeah, you booked a week off. Nice. Are you studying or are you a teacher? Wow. Oh, excellent. That's what I teach. I'm a music teacher. And musician, I guess. I keep forgetting I'm an actual musician. But that's one thing we found is that, like, there's some of us that don't know how to do music. So that can be a little bit weird. So we had this one situation where I was trying to ground us by playing our electric cello and got there and realised I couldn't remember how to do it. And because somebody else was close who didn't know music. They seem to be learning it now though. What kind of stuff do you do, Nebula? Yeah, okay, well that's good. I'm pleased it's not just us that's like that. It is really weird, isn't it? Because apparently music activates pretty much every bit of your brain, so I kind of assumed that we'd all be able to do it. Nice. I assume that's what you want to go into. Yeah, we were classically trained in like cello, and then we kind of went, we want to play metal, so that's what we do now. Play symphonic metal, because why not? Okay. Cool. Can they still act? Thank you. Yeah, we kind of rebelled a little bit. So Maybe I need to come up, because I arrange music as well. Maybe I need to come up with some metal versions of Christmas songs or something. So do you have any plans then while you're off? Like, what are you up to? Thank you. Slobbing around is still a good plan, right? That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I need to be wary that I don't do too much lesson planning in the holidays. Because I will do that. But yeah, slobbing around. I know some of the films I have to watch are Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, apparently. There's loads of films that I've played the music for, but I haven't seen and don't know what it's about. I can tell by the title that one's dinosaurs. Yeah. So I was saying near the beginning that I'm thinking of doing some kind of thing on either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, some kind of live stream, and just like hang out, maybe play a game or something. I know that Joe really wants to do a live stream with Minecraft, but I need to work out how to do that, because our computer is silly. Yeah, it's a really cool name. Yeah? Okay, cool. I need to work out how to do that. I might be able to maybe... I need to find out what to do it on, basically. Because at the minute I'm using my phone, which wouldn't work for Minecraft. But he really wants to do it. Because he's been creating our inner world. So I know that there's little bits on our channel already. I know Marie did something about her tree castle because she got excited. Which was very sweet. So yeah, if you know how to do that, let me know and I will try to do it. If you use it on your PC, you can... Yeah, I've got OBS, but then I don't get any sound. How do I get the sound to work? I think we've probably overcomplicated things because we run our computer off an external hard drive, so it sometimes doesn't like it. Ah, thank you. I will look into that and see what I can do. Yeah, because there were some things I tried to download and put in, but they wouldn't open for me. And then I contacted the people who were on the helpline, and they said we don't know, which is fair enough, but not very helpful. Yeah, I'll look into that then, because I think that would be a cool live stream idea. What other things would you kind of like watching? Let me know. Sorry, dissociation. Next known says lotto numbers. We don't do the lottery, but we can do a stream while people wait for the numbers. Like, that's a thing. I'm afraid we can't predict said lotto numbers. Has anybody else tried that Modo stuff? For kind of grounding and things? This one's for a plate, but yes, the coasters are this size. So I did start making them, and then I realised it was a really garish combination. So yeah, I don't know. I'll try and find it. It was, I put that and that together, which I thought was going to be a good idea, and then I thought it was a little bit much. Thank you. Yeah, we just started making them a lot. I have so much t-shirt yarn, I'm going to be surrounded by these things. I started doing kind of oven gloves with it as well, because they're actually pretty good heat protection. Yeah, I'm really sorry, like, we don't, like, it would be awesome if we did, but, I mean, I have Erlin syndrome, so I can still hit bats, so, and if you call that a superpower, being able to listen to bats, I don't. The smallest cup and then show it off as a cup plate. Yep. definitely. Yeah. But yeah, I'm afraid Split lied to you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's probably the coolest bit about having Erlins, to be fair. Quite like listening to bats. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically all of my sensory bits of my brain are overactive most of the time. So when I'm out, I have dark glasses to help me not have neon stuff constantly. Because neon plus switching headaches is a kind of bad combination. My chat's going. Yeah, it goes yeah, it's not fun. But what is good is that because my taste buds are also more sensitive, so it means that I've got quite a good palate. So if I go to not now obviously, but if I go to a restaurant or a cafe or something, I can often identify what's in the food, so I can recreate it when I get home. I actually wanted to be a chef at one point. But ended up doing the music route. I'm gonna have to be careful here, aren't I? Otherwise this thing's gonna be like the size of a frisbee. Yeah, before you came on I was trying to make, I do some jewellery, so I make earrings and bracelets and necklaces out of recycled drumsticks and crystals, because I have a friend who keeps breaking his drumsticks. Turn it into a hat. Might work. There we go. That would work, yeah. But yeah, I've got a friend in the band who constantly breaks his drumsticks, normally on the first song that we rehearse. Instead of him throwing them away all the time, I just say, give me here. And so I use them. I kind of like the idea of making something mundane beautiful, so. I'm now trying to work out how I would make this into a hat fallout. Like, interesting. I have crocheted hats before, to be fair. Just not out of this stuff. I also was going to do some knitting because I'm knitting some socks, and then I accidentally poured coffee all over it, so it's now drying. That was not a good moment, but it only went over my stuff and not the carpet in the place I'm renting, so that's good. I'd rather it go on my stuff. Sorry, I have Dan's entrance song in my head. So just to explain, because you weren't here earlier, Dan is on my social altars, and he now seems to have an entrance. It is a beret. He now seems to have an entrance song every time he's about to come out. So some weird cheesy music comes on, usually, in the headspace, which is just ridiculous but also kind of funny. So at the minute I have It's Raining Men just going round in my head. Last time it was Hit Me Baby One More Time. You want entrance music? Yeah, it's only for him. It's really, yeah. He'll just kind of take a bit of conversation and then turn it into a cheesy song. And then, yeah. And it'll either be a conversation that's been on the inner world or a conversation that I was aware of. Oh no, it wasn't Hit Me Baby, it was Oops, I Did It Again, because Joe said oops. That was it. I mean, at least I always know it's him, if it's... Sorry. Bloody final countdown. Jesus. It's Raining Men wasn't good enough for him. What kind of music would you have as entrance music for Fallout? Or anybody, actually. What entrance music would you have? This is definitely a berry now. Maybe a berry for a child. There you go. Rolling over. Hi everyone! It's Dan, by the way. How are you doing? I will attempt to not talk so quickly. I'm a bit of a bugger for that. Bulletproof. That's a really cool name. Not name. Song. I like Bulletproof. Yeah, I like really upbeat music. It's like, I have to make an entrance, you know. I kind of do it in silence. How's everybody doing anyway? You all okay? I've not really been taking much attention to what's been going on out here. Yeah, loud and proud, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I'm the loud one. I'm the really loud one. There. I'm also the one with really dark humour, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that one while I'm out. But yeah, we like meeting people. We haven't, with this kind of lockdown thing, we just haven't been out, apart from work, which isn't that social. Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to do that. It's very weird being able to be me now. Because Kat only found out about the system like in April, so we were very hidden, and now we're not. Wahaha. I know the littles like being out now. Yeah, what's everybody into anyway? Does anybody else like crafting? Like, like Kat's the one that tends to do all of this fiddly, faffy stuff, and I'm the one that gets the massive paint box and of like acrylics and a massive canvas, and just kind of go to town. In fact, there's a painting over there that I did for has anybody heard of Gish? It's the Great International Scavenger Hunt. You were the host, so they say. You're not necessarily the boring one. I'm sure you're not boring. But yeah, we did the Great International Scavenger Hunt. And one of the things was to paint Misha Collins with the Queen in an iconic film scene. So I did. And now I don't want to paint over it, so it's just kind of sitting in the corner of the room. Because it's cool. But it did surprise the physiotherapist. Well, that's just rude. You have to have some of the interesting stuff too. You need to have a rule there. I get some of the interesting stuff. True. True. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we're pretty lucky because we've got Sally, and she's like super clean. So she's the one that likes cleaning, so that's nice. She gets excited by it. And planning. We've started using bullet journals now. Does anybody else do that? We've started doing we've got a teeny one to carry around with us, and then we've also got our bigger one with more information in it. You're the cleaner. Yeah. Do you enjoy it, or do you do it because you have to? Because Sally kind of enjoys it, which I don't particularly understand, but each to their own. Everybody has to like something. God, someone's going to quote that. Yeah, we have we do have some whiteboards as well, just kind of around the flat. Ah, well, okay. Yeah. That's a little bit frustrating then. Yeah, actually, Sally would probably say the same. Like, when she starts cleaning, she deep cleans everything. So. She likes cooking as well, then we let her do some cooking. But, yeah. Ooh, we baked some bread this morning. It was really cool. We started it last night and then stuck it in the fridge to let it prove overnight, and then baked it this morning. Which is a bit weird really, because that's normally a Sunday thing. But for some reason we were doing it on Saturday. To be fair though, for some reason we thought it was... Oh, I've missed things. You don't have to cook. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, we kept thinking it was September. Like, I know Kat kept saying 19th of September and then having to correct themselves. So, yeah. Well, that's cool if you don't have to cook as well. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like, I don't know why, but it does kind of feel like a Sunday. And we're kind of at a loose end because we did all of our teaching online this week. So it was really weird to not go to campus. Especially because it was all like practical sessions where they were meant to be playing their instruments together. But we worked it out somehow. Yeah. I mean, it was quite nice because some of the students were just like, "Can we just stay and chat for 2 hours?" Like, yeah, we can do that. It's quite nice being social. Just like chatting about animals and stuff. I know we've got like students. I don't think they live in a really big place, but they've got loads and loads of animals around them. It's really cool. Like, we want to get a cat, but we're not sure if our landlord will let us do it. But cats really ground us. Oh, my neighbour's being loud again. Does anybody else have animals around? Like, there is that petition to get emotional support animals in the UK, like recognised properly in the UK, which would be cool if that goes through. Yeah, well, I kind of asked last year, and then the landlord was like, "We'll think about it and let us know if you still want to do it." And then we just didn't do anything. But maybe we could ask again. I mean, he lets us put a washing machine in, so that's nice. Although that was another thing, because I was on video call with students and my washing machine was being really loud yesterday. Because they just happened to come on the call as my washing machine on the spin cycle. But yeah, we think it'd be really good for us. Because, you know, good to have a little bit of company. Yeah. It was interesting hearing the washing machine echo from their speakers. Definitely sounded like a rocket. But we only have 2 rooms in this flat, so yeah. What do you have an animal fall out? This coffee is so cold. I'll pretend it's iced coffee, it's fine. Yeah, same as me in terms of rooms then. Three including the bathroom. Bathroom's tiny, it goes off the bedroom, so. But it's enough for us, it's fine. Do you think you would get one yourselves? Like, ours would have to be a house cat because we live right next to a main road. Yeah. But that's okay. Like, I know quite a few people around here who have house cats and they're absolutely fine. And they seem to be really happy animals, so. But yeah, I used to have a cat when I was younger. And it was amazing to have that kind of support. Yeah, I think that's also why we haven't kind of done it. We have alarms on I'm surprised it's not gone off actually. We have alarms on our phone for every meal and to remind us to drink water or drink something. Because we just totally forget to do it and then we wonder why we feel ill. But yeah, we have many meal alarms and water alarms. Which it's kind of tricky because there's on a Friday normally. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the DID club. Well, it's also kind of a teacher thing as well, because you forget that you're meant to eat. You just kind of keep working. So on a Friday, normally we go straight through from 9:45 till 1:45 without a break. And then we have like half an hour before our next 2-hour session, and we just like we don't have the time. Or we forget is more likely. But yeah, definitely welcome to the DID club. Do you find that you have to have way more naps now? Because I seem to just get exhausted really quickly. Like, we used to need naps before, but even more so now. Okay, well that's... Okay. I guess our brains are doing a lot. Yeah, okay, same for us. Same for us. We've had to work that one out when we're working though, because obviously we don't have anywhere to nap at work. So we've got to a point where we just keep going, and then we get on the train, fall asleep on the train, walk home, and then fall asleep on the sofa at like 6 o'clock. But then it means we kind of sleep through when we should have been eating, and it all goes off. Yeah, I teach BTEC, so it's in a creative arts college. Yeah, it's college. I teach 16 to 18-year-olds 3 days a week, and then I teach 9 to 14-year-olds normally on a Saturday morning from like 9 o'clock until 3 p.m. But we're on holiday now, so I can do this. Yeah, it's nice to kind of do things part-time. It's tricky because I feel like I need to do more work, but I don't have the energy to do it. Yeah. Like, I would teach full-time if I could, but I don't have that capability. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Nerve-wracking, but I'm pleased I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it. It's been fun. I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear everybody outside as well? Or is my my phone doing a good job of not picking all of that up? Because I can hear conversations going on that's not in my head. Okay, that's good. That's good. Because some of the things I would not want you to hear. Kind of, I live in a slightly rough area, so yeah, I mean, traffic sounds make sense because I am right next to the road, but yeah, people walk past the window having loud conversations. I'm actually surprised I haven't had somebody knocking on my window yet today. It's great. Slightly rough. Yeah, I'm being nice. I'm being polite. It's definitely rough. Yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of kind of minimizing. Some of the things I hear. It's ridiculous. Sorry, spacey. Gone all spacey. My friend has a really good analogy for this. She's like, buffering. Yeah, I'm just buffering, as my friend calls it. I'm just, yeah. Earlier on, everybody was kind of playing hot potato with the front. And that's kind of what they're doing a little bit now. And I'm at the point where I don't know who I am right now. Again. There we go, water reminder. Okay, if I start talking absolute gibberish, I'll stop the stream. But I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. In fact, I've got some Modo here. See if this will help. To be fair, I didn't do much earlier, but we'll see. Have you tried this stuff before? It's like... yeah. I will do. We've got 3 different ones of this stuff. It seems to be pretty good. The only thing is that they dry out quite quickly, and I want to learn how to kind of reconstitute them. I have a little now because I'm holding a blue thing. Okay. One of my friends sent one of my littles a video of a bird with a cup, and she got very, very excited. It was very sweet. Yeah. Yeah, she's alright. She'll have somebody with her probably. She might be a bit much though, she's very full on because she's a kid. Yeah, she seems to have either Sally or Joe with her whenever she comes to the front, so she's kind of protected a little bit. Yeah, Marie's sweet. Yeah, that's the thing. We seem to have a little who is also a persecutor. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. So we have Marie, but then we have like a mirror of Marie, which I only found out about last week. Marie's very innocent and, well, kind of innocent. She's a handful, but she's very sweet. But I don't really want to call the other one a persecutor, because... Oh, right, okay. That's good to know. So I was quite shocked when I found out. Mainly because I was going, hang on, a 4-year-old knows all of that language. Stop swearing at me, you're 4. Your little man's... is he 6? Is that right? I don't know whether we've had a load of system changes or whether I'm just aware of more now, but it seems to be like constant change. Going on 30 sometimes. Well, we have one called, so Joe was 7 and then he worked through some stuff and then woke up the next day and was suddenly 17. And now he seems to just be 17. It's like, okay. So yeah, going on for... Six, yeah. I know that people used to say that I was like a child being an adult, like going on. Child in an adult's body. No, adult in a child's body, that one. But, oh yeah, she really liked his idea of Big Little World. But yeah, she's made herself a tree castle, so she's happy for now. On the inner world. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, yeah, see that. Yeah. It's an ingenious idea. But yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because you can't... The littles know a lot more than kids that age would. So it's kind of finding that balance of protection and also allowing them to be themselves. But yeah, a few times Marie's come out when Franklin's been out. She likes Franklin. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they have access to adult brain. She still likes playing with kinetic sand though, which is pretty cool. But yeah, she did some pictures for me, which broke my heart slightly. So I was like, no, I don't want you to have experienced that or know that stuff. But it does mean that they're a lot smarter when they're being mischievous. Like if they start hiding stuff, which does happen. So yeah, I'm an auntie, so I've watched quite a few kids grow up. So yeah, we have a teddy as well. Definitely extra naughty. My God, definitely. Yeah, she's sometimes a bit of a handful. I find that actually the teenagers are more naughty for me. It's more when teenagers having a strop that I get. That can be an interesting one. Because we have... How many teenagers do we have now? Like 4 teenagers, I think. Especially because like one of our teenagers was essentially being nearly the host for a few years. So she's very much like, I want this life. But I'm grateful to her. But his age can change from 19 to 25. Yeah. See, we've got two 19-year-olds, one 17-year-old, and then one 16-year-old girl. And yeah, it's a 16-year-old girl's very, very opinionated, which is fine. But yeah, she's the one who does our makeup because she gets annoyed if we don't do it right. And it becomes a massive deal. Yeah, we had we had an argument on the way to work once because I put the wrong eyeliner on because she hadn't got up in time, so I just kind of did something quickly and it was wrong apparently. So, and that was the same one that Marie came out on as well. Yeah, I'm not a makeup person, but I have some girly people in the system. So we negotiate. Is that the right word? Yeah, we do kind of, yeah, negotiate. Beep beep. How's that work out for us? Trying to negotiate. It's kind of, sometimes it's a bit tricky, because I know there's no way Ash will come out if we wear makeup. There's no way. He won't do it. Dan doesn't mind so much. Joe doesn't really mind. I'm non-binary. But I tend to go quite androgynous with things. So I didn't really know what we looked like this morning until I looked at myself in a mirror and just went, oh, there's makeup, okay. So sometimes it's a little bit of a shock because I don't expect it, but as long as they tone it down slightly, which they have done, it's okay. And in terms of kind of clothing and stuff, we tend to go quite neutral, just because it's easier, unless someone like Sally is planning on having a day, because then she'll put a dress on. Yeah. Sally's very, very, very girly, because She's essentially a 1940s housewife, so she has that aesthetic. Which I'm not very comfortable with her going out dressing like that, just because it's so different from how I would present. It's kind of totally the other way, but I'm trying to let go a little bit. But yeah, Dan doesn't care. He'll wear anything, as will Joe to some extent. Yeah. I let kind of Holly do her thing properly on Instagram, because that feels like a safer place. So she has access to a big palette of kind of bright coloured eyeshadows and stuff, so she can so she can experiment. Sorry about that, just kicking my thing over. Yeah, I found out literally as lockdown happened, so that was interesting. Like I think I found out because lockdown happened, to be fair, but yeah. YouTube has kind of been my saviour. Because I lost quite a few people. Yeah. I think the one thing I struggle with sometimes is focusing on me, as me, if that makes sense. I kind of just, because I'm used to focusing on other people all the time anyway. Yeah, I'm not surprised that a few systems did, because it's just that kind of total change in how everything has to be, isn't it? Yeah, it's just... it's tricky. Yeah. We kind of had an inkling, but we didn't know what it was. So I just kind of ignored. But yeah, I tend to forget that I'm a person as well, sometimes, as a host. Like, is that a thing that gets better or easier, or... because I just kind of assumed that was part of just having DID, you end up losing yourself a little bit. But then you find other parts of yourself. Depends on you and how you define stuff. This is true. This is true. I don't know how I define myself, so that's probably the issue. Other than non-binary. Yeah. I don't really focus on myself much. I focus on others. But then I'm a teacher, you know? It's kind of my job. But I have been open with my job about it and with the people I work, like the older students. And it's been really good. Yeah. Yes, I'm host. Yeah, it's cat again. Took a while. Yeah, I'm host. So Holly was host for a bit in teenage years, but I'm the host. I get all the lesson planning and schemes of learning and marking. And being buried in paperwork. But yeah, I have found that I'm back into crafts and stuff because I stopped doing them for such a long time, and because I just didn't. Yeah, exactly. And quite a few of my system lashed out at the beginning. And like people just didn't understand or didn't believe, or so it was tricky. But I have got some friends who educated themselves, and they've been really good. It's just kind of how different people react. But yeah, it's nice to actually talk to people who are also systems. Yeah. The friends that educate themselves are ones that actually made friends with Dan and Holly, but they didn't know and I didn't know. So they'd already met quite a few people before I even knew that they were around. And yeah, we've been friends since we were all like 14, I think. So we've been friends for, yeah, half our lives basically. And yeah, they've just stuck by us, and they're really, really nice. And they've kind of hung out with different people as well, different altars. Yeah, it does. It really helps to just kind of talk to other systems that understand and kind of what's going on. Because there are so many people that just don't get it, which is fair enough, and actually thinking about it, you don't really want them to get it. Thank you. Thank you, yeah. It's a learning thing. It's all about learning. I do feel like we're a lot more stable even since April because of the work we've been doing with our therapist and journaling and all of that kind of stuff, because that has helped so much for us. Like, we were lucky enough that our therapist that we already had happened to be a specialist in DID, so that was good. She was a little bit like, why didn't you tell me earlier? But, you know. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. And I've had some rough therapists in the past, so I'm pleased to have found one that works so well. Because, you know. Just about trying to, I think the best advice anybody gave me was, I had an appointment at the doctor's and the person there was like, you have control over who you work with. Like, you don't have to stick with a counsellor that doesn't work for you. Yeah. It's like, it was groundbreaking. I hadn't heard that before. It was just like, I'm actually in Yorkshire. I'm from Yorkshire, yeah. I don't know why I sound southern. I do sound southern, but I don't know why. Because my family's northeastern. I've kind of got a weird mix of people, I think. So that's why Dan has more of a northeastern twang. But yeah, I'm in West Yorkshire. Yeah. I used, because I grew up in... Hello, you okay? Yeah, I grew up in a very well-to-do kind of social climbery situation, so I think everybody had that kind of southern accent. Yeah. How you doing, Fan? But yeah, it was a nice. It was in the country, so it was really nice to. Because everyone is asleep, probably. Like, I'm happy with what I've got. Like, I have some people, which is more than I thought. So, you know. Yeah. Good, thank you. But yeah, I grew up kind of in the country, in a little village. So, so yeah, it was really nice, but being a teenager there was a bit boring because there wasn't much to do. Yeah, I do love the country. Yeah. I think for us it was more that we were surrounded by people who were a lot better off than us. So it was just like, I never really fitted in anywhere. Yeah, town's good. I mean, I'm still in a town now. It's still, it's great. I'm like 15-minute walk from a beck and woods and things, so that's really nice. It's kind of where I go. Yeah. Yeah, I do like just kind of going into the countryside for a bit. It's a nice escape from things. And hearing the birds and stuff. It's always a good thing. In fact, where I tend to go, there's like this massive waterfall. And this year there were some crayfish in the river, which was like the first time they'd been back. So that's quite exciting. So I was kind of joined by them, they all came and sat by me, which was interesting. Yeah, it's great being kind of near all of that, isn't it? Also in the house I grew up and was out in the country, and it was always, it was always in my dreams. That makes more sense. That's cool. Yeah. I just want to kind of have a tree house or something, just away from stuff. It's like somewhere to go. I really want to do one of those tiny houses and just put it in the middle of nowhere. You know, like build my own out of recycled materials. But that's kind of one of my dreams of where I want to live. I need to be by water as well. Yeah, are you quite tall then, or? Because I'm only short, so it's fine. I mean, there are some amazing ones out there that kind of, they seem to be quite spacious, like, even though they're not massive. It's kind of what you do with the space. I saw there was one person who had a tiny house, but also like a tiny recording studio. On a trailer that they used to just kind of drive around wherever they went, which was quite cool. I'm guessing a lot of money to do though, because soundproofing and stuff, but still cool. Yeah, I mean, we're 5'3", I think. Under a tree in the country by moving. Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's exactly the dream. Yeah, I actually had a growth spurt when I was 21. It was pretty short before then. Is there any particular bit of the world you'd want to go to, Fang? Yeah. Laying under trees are good, very good. My favourite spot is, so basically I sit on a rock in the river under a tree and watch the waterfall. That's my favourite place. And it's also very, very hidden, so I can just like not be detected. Yeah. I mean, I love Yorkshire. I really feel at home in Northumberland though. Like I've always felt like that feels like my home. Maybe it's just from like family connections or something, but whenever I've been there, it's felt more homely to me. Not really sure. Really open fields with trees everywhere. And neighbours miles away. Exactly. Like neighbours miles away is good. Like I'd really want to be as self-sufficient as possible as well. It would kind of be easier because we're vegetarian, so we'd just be able to grow stuff. We nearly got those like psychedelic salad grow things, but there we go. Sorry, my thing was saying there was no connection. Like there is. Yeah, we nearly got some psychedelic salad growers, and we didn't because we didn't want greenfly in the flat. But a good garden would be good. You'd love to run really fast through fields and trees like. Yeah. So when I used to live where I grew up, I used to go running by the river. And like through the fields and stuff, and it was so nice. I haven't found a running route here yet, but I've decided I'm going to start running again this week. I want to go running on Christmas Day because very unlikely people will be out, and it's something to do. Like we stopped running like when we moved out of the first place, and yeah. Well, I was training for the half marathon, and then moved, and then just stopped. So I need to start again from the beginning. Obviously, I'm not gonna. I'm just going to have to be patient with myself to build it back up again. Something I'm not great at, but I'll do it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. I think it'll do us good as well to just kind of get out in the fresh air, because it's very easy to just stay inside and just not be with people. Sorry, I've had another water notification. There we go. See, this is how I do it. There are actually some really good apps out for that. Have you tried any of them? Right, to help you out. Running in anyway is good, even if it's not like a human. Probably even better, not like a human. Heart beast. Yeah. Cool. That's cool. What, do you know what kind of beast? Nice. Nice. I can imagine that would be very freeing. Like running through the fields. I swear I'm already managing to drag this stuff up. Never mind. Yeah. I finally managed to get to see a physio through video. Dreams and how first woke up, my dream, hopefully then I ran. That sounds really fun. That sounds amazing. Definitely. But yeah, I finally saw a physiotherapist last week. They were like, yeah, you can start running again. Yeah. Yeah. they needed to do quite a few blood tests and stuff, but that's fine. But yeah, because I put my back out a couple of weeks ago and couldn't go to work, so I'm pleased that I got in to see somebody. And he was very thorough, so that's good. So I used to go to a chiropractor, but it's so expensive to go to chiropractors sometimes. So I need to find ways of managing it all without doing that. I mean, chiropractors are amazing, but if you don't have the finances for it. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Sorry, spacing again. Stop spacing. Leave me alone. I'm playing with Modo. It's aromatherapy, but Play-Doh. So this one is called Breathe, I think. So it's got it has essential oils in it, and it just kind of grounds me. So I've got a purple one, this one, and a couple of different shades of green. But the idea is because as your hands warm up the dough, the essential oils kind of release. And if anything, at least there's that kind of sensory thing to bring you back. But it's meant to kind of have aromatherapeutic properties. There's one I've got called Headies, which I was hoping will help me with the headaches. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I have it, because it's just like I can just play with it. Just Amazon is where I got it from, I think. There's like I think these were from Think and Stink. They have loads of different fidget toys, and these they seem to have a lot of sensory type things for people who are autistic. Or have like other things that powering up my road. It's really funny, people speed past the speed camera and you're like, what are you doing? I've got crap. Ow. Stay there then. Just thanks. Yeah. Well, it's worth just having a few things that you know help. I know that these help to ground me. I think because they've got so many different aspects to them, because it's not just hands but you're smelling as well. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I use. Doodling. I do a lot of doodling. I don't know if have you heard of Zentangle before? Yeah. Zentangle is like it's a type of doodling where basically you draw a box and then you draw shapes within the box and then you should draw shapes within the shapes within the box and you keep going until it's just totally full of stuff. So I get lost in that sometimes, but you get some pretty cool results from it. I used to do loads of them when I was off work. I used to just sit and do one a day. And you don't have to be like amazing at drawing or anything because you're just drawing shapes and it looks quite impressive. In fact, there's some things that are on our Instagram that Holly did that was Zentangles, or a version of. I think what else I do. I do a lot of fiddling. I've got rings that I fiddle with. These are silicone ones, which actually are indicators for who's out, but I haven't switched them through the stream. But I have many on at the minute. Well, many within many. Yeah. Exactly. I'm sorry you hurt your hands. Yeah. It's kind of, yeah. I don't remember much about school. Okay. Yeah, we at one point they thought we wouldn't be able to play our instrument ever again because we damaged our arms through over practicing. We've got RSI, and that was quite scary, but we were lucky. Sometimes it flares up a little bit, but not as much as it used to. I play cello, and well, technically my main instrument's cello, that's what I'm trained in, but then I play viola, violin, and ukulele, guitar, and piano, and electric cello. So, but yeah, my main instrument's cello, and then through that I've ended up having to teach the other instruments, so I've had to learn them very quickly. I've just started learning guitar. I've got 3/4 size because my hands are small. Yeah, it's really bassy. I have a pedal for my electric one. You play violin? Oh, that's really cool. Nice one. Yeah. For our electric cello we have a pedal which has, it's like an octave one, so we can make it extra bassy, which is cool. Do you play violin often, Fallout? Yeah, it is really calming. Music's just great in general. When I was studying, I did a placement in an acute Alzheimer's ward and did music therapy for them, and that was quite amazing, from just like the memories that were accessed. Like, you go from having a Zimmer frame chucked at you 1 minute and then suddenly they were singing along. Oh. Yeah, I have to say I struggle with practicing my cello because I don't want to annoy my neighbours. Well, yeah. Welcome. Have you ever played with other people? Fallout. Yeah. Understanding what's going on in heads is tricky sometimes. Well, no, majority of the time. I regularly go through phrases of what? And then I just kind of accept it and go, well, that's a thing. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Oh, wow. String music's cool. As in, you think they identify with that kind of music? What kind of music do you play, Fallout? Or do they play? So, but what's changed in my dreams, and I haven't really seen anyone around. Okay. Well, it's good that you kind of identified that, though. I like swing music. I like all music, to be fair. And one of all types of music, classically trained, frankly. Irish fiddle stuff, yes. That's what I ended up doing with my acoustic cello, like doing Irish folk music. Right. It's so nice to play, kind of freeing. Yeah. But yeah, one of the modules I teach is quite cool because it's one that they basically said do with it what you want. So I've been teaching them how music has progressed and been influenced by previous styles, to kind of show how it's grown over time. And it's actually been quite interesting to research and kind of listen to them all and work out where the links are and what was happening in the world at that time and why it was like that. I don't know if the students find it interesting. They do the work though, so it seems so. It's all online, that one. Yeah, Irish fiddle style stuff is cool. My yeah, I like Cayley music. Been to a couple of Cayleys. At one point I was going to train to be a Cayley, like a caller for the dances. I didn't do that in the end. Find different altars play the I don't know actually. I think Holly's probably the most classical out of all of us. Like, she is really, really classical in terms of what she likes playing. And kind of, I'm trying to think of the right word for it. If I try to play classical music, I tense up massively because I want to get it right. Whereas she finds it more freeing. I guess, yeah, I play more of the metal side or Irish kind of stuff, like folk music. Ash can't play it at all. I don't know if anybody else can play actually. I think Dan can play the fiddle a bit, because I'm sure he's been around while I've been teaching fiddle, so I think he can play fiddle, but not cello. But yeah, I think it's more tension levels for us. Like, do you get that then? I think that can happen fine. I don't think I have experience of that myself, but I think that can happen. Christmas family is all about emotion, how we both. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Yeah. If I'm not using music, I can do the emotion side of it. I think that's why I like the metal and the folk, because I'm not using the music. If I have sheet music in front of me, I panic a bit because I want to get it right. Whereas I know Holly is absolutely fine with it. She seems to get more of the emotion out than I do. I get more emotion out of the guitar, I think. And singing. But I'd really like to get to a point where playing my instrument is more of an emotional connection and for pleasure rather than it being a stressful thing. But that's just breaking down like past beliefs and stuff. And so I'm working on it. I tend to take my electric cello in on one of my working days when I'm working with the bands, and just kind of jam with them, and that's really nice. Just kind of put in random notes. Yeah. I mean, it was interesting because when I was studying I had so many different like cello teachers because people kept leaving, and then the final one was the one that was like, oh no, you have to hold things that's in a way that's comfortable for you. Like, oh, that's nice to know. Like that's okay, fine, I do that as well. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is it's a very personal thing, isn't it? Because you are showing your emotions as well. Yeah. It's easy to think about stuff. Fun. I often end up down a kind of rabbit hole. Do you like playing it though, when you're not around people? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's good. I'm pleased. I'm pleased you found a thing to help you relieve your stress. I really miss band practices because of like the stress relief. Okay. Well, I found out as lockdown happened fine, and I remember being quite scared as well. And then through like talking it through with professionals, and watching other systems on YouTube and talking to them and stuff, it's really helped. But it's all kind of about what works for you. You know, I'm new to this stuff still. For like, do you have any nuggets of wow. Yeah. Playing as an orchestra is fun. But again, it depends on who's in charge of the orchestra. The one that I was in up until recently, well, up until lockdown basically, the person who was running that was really good. But I've had some very shouty people before. That's fine. No worries. I mean, all I would say is just kind of educate yourself on it, and don't push it, but maybe like journal about it, or I accept that, yeah, it's scary right now. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, seeing professionals is just a really good way to go. Trying to think of other things. I think it just takes some time. Yeah, exactly, just take time. Yeah. Exactly. Like, you don't have to rush for a diagnosis. Sort of flipped on its head. Yeah, is there any way you can see somebody using like Skype or Zoom or anything? Because my therapist has been seeing me through Skype. I mean, this year has just been ridiculous anyway in the art system. Yeah. Exactly. I think I've got the link in the description, maybe? Yeah, the link for NAMI's in the description, fan. Because they're inclusive. I think they have support groups and stuff as well, which are like online. Yeah, hang on. I will send you the link in the chat. Okay, that's fine. I'll send you the link and you can save it maybe. Does that sound okay? Okay. Yeah. Okay, there you go. I hope that helps. But yeah, just take it gently. Don't try and rush anything. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. It's that thing of take each moment as it comes, isn't it? Especially with this kind of stuff, because things change so quickly. Sorry, hang on. Exactly. There's no rush at all. Just a lot popped up and things want me finding out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a lot to take on all at once. It's a lot to take on. That sounds rough. Are you finding ways of handling the empath stuff? I think I've heard that can be tricky. I know somebody else who is an empath, but they're an emotional empath, I think. Okay. Be gentle with yourself. Like, trying your best is all you can do. It sometimes can feel like that. But be gentle with yourself. And it does get easier in some ways. I mean, I had a recent thing which is kind of similar, where essentially we have a barrier, a massive wall that I wasn't meant to be able to get through into the like memory bank stuff, and I randomly got through it. And that was tough. It's now locked up even more now, so. But I remember it being tricky. From that planet, who I'm hosting from, it calms down a bit and then just turns on. Yeah. Definitely. Well, we're all affected by like what's around us as well, aren't we? Like, and who's around us, and that's what triggers are. It's not that we can control it, but we can learn to manage, I guess. Find things that help us in that moment to feel a bit better. I know I have like a grounding box or like a mental health box with loads of stuff in there that helps me when I'm feeling like I need some help. in sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I need to talk to somebody. Yeah, they are. Grounding toolkits are great. Thank you. I forgot what it was called. I have to say this is like my best thing for grounding at the minute. Like, it's just nice to have that physical thing, isn't it? Of, like, you know there's something you can go to help you. Like, I carry these in a bag, so the bag that I take to work, I've got a kind of grounding pocket toolkit. Which includes like a little comforter thing, like baby comforter, in case a little tries to come out and needs a bit of comforting. I like colouring as well, that's quite grounding. Oh. Yeah. Lego models. Models. Yeah. All different stuff. That deal with tarot cards and other things like that. Yeah. Tarot cards are good as well. I do have some tarot cards. I need to be in the right mindset though for that. So I need to do something before then to get me into the right place to do tarot. But they have been very helpful sometimes. Like, what other things have you tried? I'm trying to think what else I do to ground myself. Like, there's some really cool apps out there as well, like kind of to help you breathe, like breathing stuff, will help you focus. At night time, sometimes we use like YouTube kids bedtime stories, meditation, and that sometimes helps us to have a more peaceful night. Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean by, like, deal with? Like energies and stuff, or? I know like I was burning my salt candle before I came, on stream. And yeah, I do like crystals and stuff. So the jewellery that I make has runes etched into them, and then the corresponding crystals. Which work for me. I like them. People's energy a lot with my empath part. Exactly. Do you have, well, maybe like a grounding thing would be good for you. Maybe like having something that you can ground with, because it must be tough. Thank you. Yeah. I have a pyrography kit now, so I can burn runes and stuff in. It's just easier than I used to carve them and then have to go over them in some kind of ink. But yeah, I was doing that a lot last year, and then for some reason I stopped, and now actually because of this stream I was like, I should probably do some more jewellery work. That would be cool. And then I started dropping everything, so. Sorry, someone in my head has just gone, yes, this is NAMI Livestream, not Atonality Collective drops things. Like, true, yep. Being a physical empath, sometimes I don't know if I'm yeah. That's tough. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I know. What time is Nebula System? Is that 2 o'clock? I think it's 2. So let's check. Yeah, I think it's 2 o'clock. Yeah. Alright, well it's nearly 2 o'clock, so shall I jump over there? Because I also have Sally yelling at me because I haven't had any lunch. So I should probably do that before she like takes over. And then and go and see how Nebula System are doing and give them some support. You're welcome to contact me on Instagram, DMs and stuff. So yeah, I'm there if you want to talk. Yeah, we will go eat now. We'll figure out what we have to eat. And then we'll go on the other one. Thank you for chatting with us. Like, it was really nice. And yeah, I think we're gonna... I'll see if I can work out that OBS sound thing. So I can do a Minecraft stream. Either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. You've done well, Fang. You've done really well. I thought it was from my thing. I talk either too much or too little. That's okay. That's okay. Well, I'm there if you want to talk, you know? And it's been nice meeting you and like, chatting and stuff. Thank you. Right, I will see you over at Nebula System's live stream. And Fallout, is yours at 4? Is that right? I'm getting confused with people, I think. Yours is at 5. Okay, cool. Great. Well, thank you for joining me. I just realised the thing's over there to stop it. Acrylic and Aether start at 4. Ah, that's what I'm getting confused with. Thank you. I knew somebody's did. That makes more sense. Okay, cool. And we've got the group thing as well, haven't we, at 8? Awesome. No worries, thank you for being part of the stream. I was a little bit worried that no one was going to talk. So it's really, really nice to chat to you. And I will see you over on the other streams.